a reason to celebrate, writing updates, health news, a hoggy surprise reveal, and a brand new segment that's here to stay. Welcome to this week's Foglog. Hello Foggies, and welcome to this week's episode of the Foggy Author. If we haven't met before, I'm Brett Jackson, an international multi-genre author. This is Hoggy, my trusty pig-shaped timer, and together we write books through the haze of brain fog. What are we celebrating? We just hit 50 subscribers on YouTube, and we couldn't have done it without you. Thanks for watching, liking and supporting. Let's keep growing together. I'm now up to chapter 30 of 66 on Timeclone's book 2 Final Edits, which takes me almost up to halfway on the edits, and so far it's going really well. Not long before release. I've been sprinting with some other authors and got lots done, including the scripting for this video and more. This week everyone feels much better in the Foggy household, and I've even had some clarity through the fog. Well, for the first part of the week at least. Here's the thing, I've actually been getting some better sleep lately. Okay, only 30 minutes extra, but it seems to be working. Don't tell anyone though, because it's a secret. Because if everyone had extra sleep, none of us would be foggy, and this channel would fade into the distance. It's not often that the fog lifts, but when it does, I feel fresh and renewed, and I look back at the work I've done. Then I see the direction I need to go in, and I write that direction down on a list, so I can shape my future by using the list once the fog comes back. So far, it's working well. Hoggy has also been helping me, of course, keeping me focused by ticking away and having fun with his Christmas present, a brand new laptop. So far he's getting into it, but he's still new to computers. He already has a home PC, but it's slow and not too great, so he hasn't really got that much use out of it. Lately, Hoggy learned that the DVD drive in his laptop is not a cup holder. This tragic realization ruined his beverage storage plans, but at least he can now watch videos on his laptop. A true emotional roller coaster. Also, I did a thing. Shout out to my author friend SD Haggis, who last week dropped a video where she has a small glass jar and some sticky notes. On the sticky notes she writes the tasks she has to get done and sticks them to a calendar. Once each task is done, she peels it off the calendar, screws it up into a little ball and puts it into the jar. Throughout the days and weeks she can see her progress grow as she fills the jar. I loved this idea so much that I took to it straight away, but in true Foggy style I've changed it a bit. I don't use the calendar, instead I write down all of the stuff that I get done that advances my career on yellow stickies, and all the stuff that I need to get done that doesn't advance my career on white stickies, and I put them in the same jar. But here's the best bit. My intention is to fill the jar with more yellow than white, and then read out what I've done in the Foglog, in a new segment which I call Stickies. And here it is. Here are all the crumpled up pieces of yellow stickies. I did the changes for 2026 video, which explained how I'm going to be splitting the old format of video from one long video into two short ones. I listened to podcasts while I was around the house doing some bits and bobs. My favourite this week has been The Rebel Author and Your Big Creative Life. I made some new friends and I got lots of writing done by joining live sprints on YouTube. I edited Timeclones 2. I edited more of Time Clones 2. And I went to the pub and wrote the script for this video. I created the intro and outro snippets for the new look videos. I created a split up document to explain how I was going to work out how to split the videos. I also put together some music to add to the videos, intros and outros. I recorded this week's featured article, which drops on Thursday, and it's called I Told Myself I'd Remember That, and did a whole bunch of stuff. Look, for Time Clones Book 1 Chapter 22, which was released on Saturday. And that's all for this week. Thanks for joining Hoggy and I on another Foggy adventure. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with your fellow Foggies. And we will see you again in the future.